Hello everyone. Welcome back to Snap Clap and Learn. Hope you are liking the content of our channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. In our previous session, we have learnt about plant fibers. Do you remember? Cotton, jute, etc. In this session, we will learn about animal fibers. One important animal fiber is wool. Generally, the animals which live in cold climate have a thick coat of hair on their body that traps lot of air and keep them warm, as air is a bad conductor of heat. This prevents the warmth of body from escaping and also prevents the coolness of surroundings from entering in their body, and so their body will be protected from harsh cold. We get the fiber for making wool from the hair of such animals like sheep, goat, camel, yak, etc. As we know, there are many breeds of sheep. Few breeds that give us fine quality of wool are: Angora wool is obtained from Angora goats. Angora goats are found in hilly regions such as Jammu and Kashmir. Pashmina wool is obtained from Pashmina goats. Alpaca and llama are other animals that give wool. Yak wool is obtained commonly in Tibet and Ladakh. The finest wool is obtained from a breed of sheep called Merino. It is called as Merino wool. How do we produce wool from the animal fibers? If we want to get fibers from animals, the first step will be their rearing and breeding. Rearing means to look after sheep by providing them food, shelter and health care for producing wool. Breeding is done to obtain sheep with desired characters. In this process, generally sheep of good breed is selectively bred to obtain offsprings with good quality wool. This process is known as selective breeding. Next step is to convert the fiber which we got from sheep to wool. For this, we have to go through some steps. They are shearing, scouring, sorting, combing, dyeing and spinning. Let us see in detail about these steps. First step is shearing. The fleece of sheep is shaved off along with a thin layer of skin. In olden days, this was done using pair of metal blades. But nowadays, machine is used to cut off the fleece. This is similar to shaving of beards or hair. This process is called shearing. Shearing is generally done in summer so that sheep could get new hair by winter to get protection against cold. Second step is scouring. Fleece after shearing is washed properly to remove dirt and grease. The washing of fleece after shearing is called scouring. Next step is sorting. After scouring, fleece is sorted according to texture and length. This process is called sorting. During sorting, different types of wool are separated and kept in different sections. Next is done combing. After sorting, fluffy fibers called burr are picked out from hair. Burr is the fiber that gives wool. It is done using combs with metal teeth. Another step is dyeing. After sorting and picking out of burrs, these are dyed in desired colors. Last step after which we get wool is spinning. The fibers are then straightened, combed and rolled into yarns. This is the process of spinning the wool fiber to make wool yarn. Another type of natural animal fiber that is widely used is silk. This we get from silkworm. Silk is the strongest natural fiber made of protein. Fiber of silk is composed mainly of fibrion and is produced by the larva of silkworm to form cocoons. Let us know about the history of silk. Silk was discovered in China around 3500 BC. Silk became a prized possession because of its fine quality and luster. Originally, it was used by emperors only. It was through trade that silk spread to other parts of the world over a period of time. Silk was a staple item of trade during ancient times. Due to this, the ancient trade routes which linked China to other parts of the world are called Silk Route. As per historians, silk was produced in India also. Proof of use of silk during the Indus Valley civilization has also been found. Silkworm needs to be reared on mulberry leaves as it feeds on them only. Rearing of silkworm is called sericulture. Many types of silk are available in the market according to their luster and texture, like tussar silk, munga silk, kosa silk, etc. These all are produced by different types of silk moths. The most common silk moth is mulberry silk moth. During the rearing of silkworm, it goes through many life stages. The female silk moth lays eggs. After about 14 days, eggs are hatched into larvae. Larvae grow into pupa. They weave a net and enclose itself and produce a liquid protein from its salivary glands, moving its head in the shape of 8, forming cocoon. It lives in the cocoon for some time and after coming out of cocoon, it grows into silk moth. How do we get silk from silkworm if this life cycle goes on? We need to break this cycle in between. So what do we do? When pupa is inside the cocoons are killed by putting the cocoons in hot water, which kills the worms as well as loosens the filaments. One end of the silk thread is passed through an eyelet and the thread is reeled onto the wheel. The process by which silk fiber is obtained is called reeling the silk. Silk thread so obtained is woven into different types of clothes after dyeing. Now let us know some interesting facts. Australia produces the most wool in the world at a staggering 284,000 tons a year. Wool is fire resistant. Sheep wool has built-in natural UV protection. India is the largest exporter of yarn in the international market and has a share of 25% in world cotton yarn export market. The silkworm makes a strand of silk by secreting a protein from 2 salivary glands in his head. Silk culture has been practiced for at least 5,000 years in China. United States is the largest silk importer in the world. The silkworm female deposits around 400 eggs at a time and dies almost immediately after depositing the eggs. The male lives only a short time after. The fleece of sheep has been used to make human clothing since the Stone Age. Varanasi, Bhagalpur, Kanchipuram, etc. are the major silk producing centers in India. China leads the world in silk production. India also ranks among the leading silk producing countries. Silk is a poor conductor of heat. Now let us know what we have learned today. Types of animal fibers, steps involved in obtaining animal fibers, processing of animal fibers to get wool or silk, and interesting facts. Now the time for mental work. Ask your mother and make a list of silk saris they have and what type of silk it is. Find out any two interesting facts about wool or silk that we have not mentioned. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share our channel. You know how to subscribe. Let's learn more interesting things in our next session. Synthetic fibers. Bye.